Ma'am, can you enable the chat, please?
Ayush, your audio has again started making some problems. So could you please type it out, or I didn't get you what you.
Ma'am, the chat is disabled.
Okay, Rishikesh sir, kindly. Yeah, I think it's enabled now.
No, ma'am, chat is still disabled.
Okay. Yes, I'm honest. So I can do that. Just a second. Try it now.
Yes,
Yeah. Fine. Okay. Uh, all right. So welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to another English class. Hope you are all doing good. Good to see you all. So today being Friday and Saturday, I told you we will do activity. So today we will do an activity, and this is going to be a listening activity. Okay. I hope the things I'm going to share will work. Uh, Listening activity. What is the speciality of listening activity, or what is the advantage of doing a listening activity in your? Those who are joining, kindly mute your mic. Piyush, I guess Piyush has to mute his mic. Please don't disturb in between, beta. I feel mute your mic. Yeah, yeah. Okay. So, what is this? What is the advantage of listening? I always tell you, communication is not something like a rocket science. You cannot learn it with theories and all the technologies and all those things. Communication will happen only after practicing over and over again. So that practice, one important factor in that practice is listening to communication. Language, if you want to learn language, if you want to use language in a very sophisticated way, the first thing that you need to do is be a good listener. Understood? Be a good listener. What do you need to do? Anything and everything in English. Be choosy of what you do, but still pay very much attention and details while listening something. Listening will help you a lot to get better in your English communication. Now, one thing, why are we learning English in 11th and 12th? Because you all must have learned or studied in, most of you must have learned or studied in English medium schools, CBSE schools, and you've been learning English right from your junior KG all the way up to 10. Again, why are you learning in 11th and 12th? Because India is a country where English is accepted as an official language, and more of the communications for jobs and everything that you're going ahead would be in English. And speaking good English is the necessity or a great requirement for living in India. Okay, so you cannot ignore the fact that I am smart, I know so many things, but I am not so good English. But chalega, no, though you are good in many things, speaking English is a mandatory thing. So you need to work upon it if you are little poor. Nothing wrong. Anybody and anyone can achieve it if you keep your mind in it. So have that confidence in your mind. Together we can work it out. And especially again coming to your NDA point of view, competitive exam point of view. All right, competitive exam point of view, the questions will be a little different. As we were learning the grammar and all those things, we are not going to get into the structural grammar and all. We are getting into its applicational level. Okay, so that is why we are learning grammar here, how to apply it, how to use it and spotify the errors and all those things. So keep it all in mind. Today we are going to do a listening activity, as I told you. I'm going to show you a video. It's a very famous, maybe a very famous personality. Everybody must be loving him. He's now no one other than Amir Khan, the famous Hindi movie star. So most of you know that he has a TV show called Satyameva Jayate and all. But this is not that TV show. This is an interview with Amir Khan. Okay, kindly mute your mic who are trying to unmute it. This is an interview with Amir Khan by a lady called Zainab. She is an Iraqi women activist. Now, what do you mean by a woman activist? What do you mean by the word activist? Anybody knows this word, activist? What do you mean by activist? It's coming through the chat. Activist मतलब क्या है? You can tell me. What do you mean by activist? Anyone? Nobody knows what an activist is? Who takes politics
Who is
and
active all the time?
wow, that was such a cute meaning, straight with, but it is not Kalyan. Kalyan Sononi, no? Yeah, it sounds like that. Somebody who is active all the time, that's an activist. No. Yeah. Activist is someone like a social reformer.
Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am, your voice is coming lower, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay.
मतलब
Can you
बहुत
speak
कम आ रहे हैं.
Beta Abhishek, please mute your mic. When you unmute, it is very irritating. Yeah. Okay. My voice is coming really low. Rishikesh Tupe.
No, ma'am, it is able to listen.
Okay, I'll keep it like this. And can you hear me now,
Yes, ma'am.
Rameshwar?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So Abhishek, and when you want to speak better, kindly type because there is a whole lot of disturbance in your audio. So when you unmute, especially when we are wearing this headphones, no, it's going. It looks like it's going to blast our ears. So Abhishek, please don't unmute and speak. Just type in whenever you want. Okay, Abhishek. And I hope you can listen. Don't reply with through mic. Just chat. Abhishek. All right. So what were we saying? Yeah, activist. Activist is a person who is supposed to work for the social reformation or the upliftment of the society. Okay, social activist. Activist, the word itself means somebody who works for the betterment of some common good cause. Okay, हाँ, उनका खुद का cause के लिए नहीं, but दूसरों का, especially for the society or any specific thing in the society, matter in the society, वो uplift करने के लिए. There are social activists, women activists. So in that case, what will be women activists? Somebody who is working for the upliftment of women in the society, right? So child activist, मतलब क्या है? Somebody who is working for the welfare of children, okay, and their group. So such people who works for the benefit of others or for the society is known as an activist. So Sinus is a women activist, a Iraqi women activist, if I'm not wrong. So she is taking an interview of our dearest star Amir Khan, asking him what made him do this program like Satyamev Jayade and what helped him or what was his triggering factors or driving factors for doing such a thing for the society and all. Okay. So Amir Khan is telling. So what I want you to watch out in this video is, let me start sharing the screen. We will explain with the screen now. Can you see the screen?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes,
Yeah. So first of all, I'll come this already I have told you, but again, as a listening will, what is the benefits or advantages of listening? Listening will help you in improving your vocabulary. Okay. Listening will help you in improving your pronunciation. Listening will help you improving your intonation. Listening will help you improve your overall communication. So these are the things that listening can help you with your vocabulary. Vocabulary matlab kya hai? The words. Sometimes you want to speak in English, but you don't know the right words. That is called vocabulary. Saying the right words. वो increase करेंगे और improve करेंगे. Pronunciation. You know what a pronunciation? The way we speak things. उसका pronunciation कैसे बताना है एक word. So अभी हम बहुत सारा इंग्लिश डॉक्यूमेंट्रीज इंटरव्यू वीडियोस वगैरह लिसन करते हैं तो इट विल नेचुरली इंप्रूव योर प्रोनाउंसिएशन. The next thing is intonation. I don't know if many of you know this, but intonation means the voice modulation that you use in your speech. किधर stress करना है, किधर voice down करना है, किधर voice raise करना है, that voice modulation, okay? The change in the pitch pattern is known as intonation. So listening to good English talks and speeches will help you work on your intonation. And working it all, it will improve your overall communication. So while you listen, what all you need to do? You need to watch out for new vocabulary. You need to watch out for new phrasal verb, very important. You need to watch for jargon. Now, the word jargon means that particular area or sector specified words. Matlab, if you're listening to a talk related to scientific matters or related to physics, there comes words related to physics, okay? Ohm's law. Okay, this is not just English. That is the name of a scientist, and that law has got something to do with the physics. Okay, so Ohm's law is a jargon according to that master, because that subject specified words को हम बोलते हैं jargons. That is not just common English word or verb. वो subject के specific words को हम बोलते हैं jargons. Then the subject matter, वो talk किसके बारे में था, क्या के बारे में था, that is called subject matter understanding. Then the grammatical structures, how grammar has been used. So while you're listening to a 5 minutes something, then also you can watch out for all these things. So next time you listen to something, make sure that, see, if you are listening to or watching a movie, all you will get or all you will focus is on what? The subject matter. ये story किसके बारे में था, ये story में क्या था story. So that is called subject matter. Atharva, please stop scratching on the screen. Even if I'm not changing the setting, you are grown up people. One more time, if I see you doing anything, you'll be out from the class later. Please keep that in mind. Yeah, thank you. So all the time you will be interested or curious to know the subject matter. But this time or the next time when you listen to something in English, be it a movie, a news, or an interview, or a speech, whatever it is, make sure that you are noting down the new vocabulary. Anything, any word they have used which is not known for you, you note that word and try to find its meaning and application. The next thing you need to watch out is for the phrasal verb. For the last 2 days, I'm telling you what a phrasal verb is. What do you mean by a phrasal verb? Who can tell me? What do you mean by a phrasal verb? Rameshwar, do you remember what a phrasal verb is, Beta?
Ma'am, last day you told put on.
Yes. So put on is an example for a phrasal verb. What did you understand from that? You're correct.
Ma'am, two word combinedly makes another meaning of word.
हाँ, two words में verb के साथ, okay, एक verb के साथ phrasal verb है. So verb के साथ, if one suppose prepositions or anything like that is added on with that verbs to give off something new, that is known as a phrasal verb. Now, jargons, I have already told you that subject related words is known as jargon. Subject matters, what is it? See, we have done audio listening of a story, The Stranger. So at that time, all I was asking you to ask questions to each other, right? What is that? That is understanding the subject. वो stranger का नाम क्या है, वो कब वो city पे आया, वो क्या किया. So that is understanding the subject. Just the question answers part, understanding the subject. Okay, that is only one part of listening. So many this, at least these 5 things you can do with every time you listen. All right, so are you guys ready? We are gonna see the video now. So I want you all to take, just a second, let me stop share and see you. I want you all to take your book and pen. Take your book and pen. today, in that 5 points I've told, two things you're going to note down. One is phrasal verbs. Other one is vocabulary. All right. So you're gonna note down all the new words that you come across. Now you don't have to find its meaning. When you hear that, when you see that, subtitles are also there, so it is easy to note down. So when you see that word, write it down. When you see that word, write it down. Make 2 columns, 1 column for vocabulary, 1 column for phrasal verb. So phrasal verb क्या है? आप phrasal word identify करने में आपको आता है? That also I want to check. So phrasal verb क्या है? Some examples you will get. Let me see if you all get. So all you have to do while watching this video is take out the phrasal verb, take out the new vocabulary. Nothing more, nothing less. I'm not gonna ask question answer. कब आमिर खान ने ये start किया? वो questions वगैरह we will do it later on. So right now your focus should be on Ashutosh. What should be your focus on?
Treasures and vocabulary.
Phrasal verbs and vocabulary. So vocabulary, jaldi, whichever words that you find that you don't understand, just write it down. Phrasal verb जैसा कुछ verb के साथ कुछ वगैरह आता है और some special phrases आता है, then note it down as well. Okay, ready? Shall we start? Everyone, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Vaibhav,
Yes, ma'am.
Bhushare, are you ready?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, very good. Over to screen share. And please don't scratch on it. Who was the other person who scratched on it? Was it Adava? Whoever it is. You are not here to scratch and play. You're here for a serious business. All right? Thank you so much. Keep your mics on mute. No irritations. Okay, it's coming. Just a second. You're just giving the 5 minutes of the video in the slide. After that, we will take it again. Okay, start watching. Can you all see the video?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Hear the sound?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
Hello, everyone. I'm Zainab Selvi, and I have the great honor to be on stage with the India's biggest movie star, Amir Khan. I mean, we are talking beyond the actions movies of James Bond and Daniel Craig. We are talking beyond the romances of Richard Gere. We are talking beyond the charms of George Clooney. We are talking, ladies and gentlemen, above and beyond all of that, a man who has been acting since the age of 9, who has conquered the hearts of 600 million, yes, 600 million Indians. This is half of the Indian population. This man has done it. Unbelievable. And in 2012, he surprises India, he surprises the world with launching a new TV talk show, Satyamev Jayati, that tackles social issues, taboos heads on. I mean, you just put yourself out there. What inspired you to do that?
Well, a very good evening to everyone here. I think it started somewhere when I was a very small child, and it began with my mother, I think. My mother's been a big influence on me, and I'll narrate an incident of my life which stayed with me all along, and that's I used to play a lot of tennis when I was a kid, and competitive tennis, state level, national level. I was pretty good at that time, and she knew how anxious I was about the game, how much I loved the game. And every time I had a match, she'd be waiting for me to come home. And when I would come home, she'd ask me, did you win, did you lose? Usually I would win, so my answer would be I won. And then after about 5 minutes, the first time she did it, it really shook me. After about 5 minutes, she would come and say to me, the boy who lost to you today, he would have reached home about now, and his mom would have asked him the same question. And he would have said he lost. So his mother must be feeling really bad right now. And the first time she said that to me, it really hit me. I mean, her ability to think for another, a woman she's never seen, never met, really hit home to me. And I don't think she was meaning to tell me or teach me anything. That's just how she is. And I think a lot of what I am is a result of her. I think the second person who's been a big influence on me is my friend Satyajit Bhatkal, who happens to be the director of the show. Satya and I were in school together. He was a topper in the class. I was the backbencher. And he was brilliant, so he had the world at his feet. He could do what he wanted. But after we passed out, he decided to work for other people. So he didn't become an engineer or a doctor or a chartered accountant, which he could have been, or MBA, whatever he wanted. He decided to spend his life, working for people who were less privileged than he was. I got into films and got into acting, and my career took off, and I was... So each time I would meet him, I'd feel really guilty. I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was doing what I loved doing. But every time I met him, I used to feel, man, this guy is living for others, and I wish I could do half of what he's doing. And that kept troubling me. So I think a lot of all this finally resulted in what happened as SMJ, Satyamev Jayate. Television also grew strong in India at that time. And I reached a point in my career where I had earned a fair amount of goodwill, and I kept thinking that how can I contribute? You wake up in the morning, you read the papers, and you read about injustice, you read about poverty, you read about people who are less privileged than you, and you want to really do something about it. I think most of us feel that way, and we don't know what to do. And I felt that for a number of years. And then I realized that I should do what I know best, and which is storytelling. And I should use the strength of storytelling to try and change minds and try and, enrich perhaps the discussion on certain issues that we face as a society. And I saw that no one's really doing it on that kind of a scale, on a public platform. And I thought if I combine the strength of TV with the goodwill that I've earned, and we try and actually combine journalism, investigative journalism, and storytelling. So we really research each topic and then bring it to the country of India and share what we have learned with the people and hope that we can transform minds, hearts. I always felt that there are two ways of bringing about change. One is top-down, when you make laws and you tell people to follow them, or you make policies and you expect people to follow them. And the other way, and sometimes it works, but sometimes, a lot of times it doesn't. I think the other way is a longer route, but I think that is what we have chosen to do. and that is to reach out to people's hearts, not with anger, but with love.
Okay. Mm, yeah. Did you get to listen to it?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Were you just listening? Because first time when you listen, it's so good that we wanted to listen to it. We will forget even to note down something. Did it happen to anyone? Did you write it down, or were you just listening to the video?
We are just listening to the video.
Okay, so
No,
now
ma'am, I was just listening to the video.
all right, good. It happens. It's okay. It's fine. Suddenly you see Amir Khan, and those who love Amir Khan will look at his face, and I mean, the way he says things is really good. Okay, and he's of course saying amazing things. We're going to learn about this. We are going to discuss with this. I hope this will bring so much of good changes in you as well. This is one of my favorite things, learning and listening from others who have done, achievable things for the society. Fine. So now let's get focused on what we are going to do here. We are here. Yes, I'm not going to ask for now at least what did Samir Khan say, what was his prime influence in life. It's a बहुत सारा question है as we did for that story stranger. लेकिन वो नहीं कर रहे हम. Vaibhav, please mute your mic, beta, please. Yeah. So that is not what I'm going to do. Two things. What are they? Vocabulary and faceable. So I'm going to play that video again. So this time, not just look at Amir Khan's face and sit. You take a pen and write down the words that is new to you, especially not just a word, phrasal verb, some phrases which you find it new, something like that. Okay, please take it down. So this time, not just looking at Amir Khan's face or the things happening there, write down something. Okay, sharing it again.
Hello, everyone. I'm Zainab Selvi, and I have the great honor to be on stage with the India's biggest movie star, Amir Khan.
Thank you.
I mean, we are talking beyond the actions movies of James Bond and Daniel Craig. We are talking beyond the romances of Richard Gere. We are talking beyond the charms of George Clooney. We are talking, ladies and gentlemen, above and beyond all of that, a man who has been acting since the age of 9, who has conquered the hearts of 600 million. Yes, 600 million Indians. This is half of the Indian population. This man has done it. Unbelievable. And in 2012, he surprises India, he surprises the world with launching a new TV talk show, Satyamev Jayati, that tackles social issues, taboos heads on. I mean, you just put yourself out there. What inspired you to do that?
Well, a very good evening to everyone here. I think it started somewhere when I was a very small child, and it began with my mother, I think. My mother's been a big influence on me, and I'll narrate an incident of my life which stayed with me all along, and that's I used to play a lot of tennis when I was a kid, and competitive tennis, state level, national level. I was pretty good at that time, and she knew how anxious I was about the game, how much I loved the game. And every time I had a match, she'd be waiting for me to come home. And when I would come home, she'd ask me, did you win, did you lose? Usually I would win, so my answer would be I won. And then after about 5 minutes, the first time she did it, it really shook me. After about 5 minutes, she would come and say to me, the boy who lost to you today, he would have reached home about now, and his mom would have asked him the same question. And he would have said he lost. So his mother must be feeling really bad right now. And the first time she said that to me, it like really hit me. I mean, her ability to think for another, a woman she's never seen, never met, really hit home to me. And I don't think she was meaning to tell me or teach me anything. That's just how she is. And I think a lot of what I am is a result of her. Uh, I think the second person who's been a big influence on me is my friend Satyajit Bhatkal, who happens to be the director of the show. Satya and I were in school together. He was a topper in the class. I was the backbencher. And he was brilliant, so he had the world at his feet. He could do what he wanted. But after we passed out, he decided to work for other people. So he didn't become an engineer or a doctor or a chartered accountant, which he could have been, or MBA, whatever he wanted. He decided to spend his life, working for people who were less privileged than he was. I got into films and got into acting, and my career took off, and I was. So each time I would meet him, I'd feel really guilty. I mean, I wasn't doing anything wrong. I was doing what I loved doing. But every time I met him, I used to feel, man, this guy is living for others, and I wish I could do half of what he's doing. And that kept troubling me. So I think a lot of all this finally resulted in what happened as SMJ, Satyameva Jayate. Television also grew strong in India at that time. And I reached a point in my career where I had earned a fair amount of goodwill, and I kept thinking that how can I contribute? You wake up in the morning, you read the papers, and you read about injustice, you read about poverty, you read about people who are less privileged than you, and you want to really do something about it. I think most of us feel that way. We don't know what to do. And I felt that for a number of years. And then I realized that I should do what I know best, and which is storytelling. And I should use the strength of storytelling to try and change minds and try and, enrich perhaps the discussion on certain issues that we face as a society. And I saw that no one's really doing it on that kind of a scale, on a public platform. And I thought if I combine the strength of TV with the goodwill that I've earned, and we try and actually combine journalism, investigative journalism, and storytelling. So we really research each topic and then bring it to the country of India and share what we have learned with the people and hope that we can transform minds, hearts. I always felt that there are two ways of bringing about change. One is top-down, when you make laws and you tell people to follow them, or you make policies and you expect people to follow them. And the other way, and sometimes it works, but sometimes, a lot of times it doesn't. I think the other way is a longer route, but I think that is what we've chosen to do. And that is to reach out to people's hearts. Not with anger, but with love.
All right. Yeah. So some people were saying that sound is not coming from the video, but when I'm using a phone as a second Stephanie, how you see through the phone to watch it out. So it was coming clear here. So those who had problem with the sound and
Ma'am,
yes,
should I have to share?
no, but I think it's working fine, sir.
Okay, okay, ma'am.
And the Ayush, was it visible and audible for you?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, thank you. Ramesha, did you get to see it and listen to it?
Yes, ma'am, of course.
Rishikesh?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, even I am using a phone here to check it out, and I could also see it and listen to it. So those who had some connection issues at your end, it must be the problem from your end. Fine. And even if you couldn't listen to it, the subtitles are big enough. And what we were supposed to do now, we were supposed to take down or write down the new words. So even if voice is not coming, you can see all the words that they are speaking on the screen as big subtitles, and you can definitely write it down. So don't give me that as an excuse. Fine. I hope you have taken down all the new words which was not familiar to you, I will ask somebody to read out the words or the phrasal verbs they have taken it down. First, let me hear the new vocabulary you have taken down during the video. Viper,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. Can you please say a few words that you have taken down?
Madam, anxious I had written.
It's anxious. Bola
हाँ,
beta, anxious.
anxious, yes, ma'am.
Okay, next. Only anxious? Remaining all the words he knew, Viper?
Charm.
CHARM, charm. All right,
Yeah,
fine.
yeah, yes, ma'am.
Next.
Madam, myself only.
Tackles also.
Yes, better. Sai, just mute your
Madam,
mic.
perhaps, madam.
Perhaps. Okay. So anxious,
Charm.
charm, perhaps. All right. Then
Yeah.
Ma'am, tackles. TACKLE.
What, madam?
who's that? Is that Vaibhav?
No,
Somebody was
madam.
okay. Charm, perhaps, anxious. Thank you, Vaibhav. Let's ask to the next person. Who was trying to speak in between? I'll give you all a chance. So when somebody speaks, please don't interrupt. Okay. Now let's ask Tanmay.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you say a few words that you have noted down, beta?
Ma'am, I have just noted down anxious.
Okay. Only anxious?
Yes, ma'am.
बाकी सब words आपको जानता था? Wow, अरे वाह, wonderful. I had so many words that I didn't know. If I was your age, is what I guess. All right. Okay. Thank you. Anyways, why? Tanmay. Next, we will ask Abhishek. I know Abhishek's audio is problematic. Abhishek, can you speak? Try speaking better. If it's problematic, I'll ask you to stop and chat. Viper. Sorry, Abhishek. Abhishek. Okay, maybe he's typing. Sai. Sai has given me the word tackles. Anything
NCS,
else?
ma'am. NCS also.
Okay, everybody is so anxious about the anxious part, I guess. Okay.
Or tackles and tackles.
Tackles and anxious. Okay, anything else?
No, ma'am.
Okay, anxious and tackles. Fine. Shivatej Pushpal, is your connection proper to speak out? Shivatej? Nakul? Nakul, are you there? Nakul? Nakul, can you speak? Okay. Rameshwar, tell me at least 5 words. You need to have 5 words. Say it first. Don't tell me
Ma'am.
anxious again. I'm, heard about that.
No, ma'am. Actually, I didn't able to find any other word.
Oh my goodness. What were you guys doing? What happened?
Ma'am, ma'am, I didn't find any other word. Means I didn't find difficulty in other words.
You didn't find difficult in another word. Wait,
Yeah.
I'm going to share a screen next and I'm going to ask all that words to you. Fine.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay. Rishikesh, what are the words that you found it difficult?
Ma'am, charms, conquered the heart, and taboos.
Very good. Taboos. Okay, so Rameshwar said he found it not difficult. Rameshwar, what do you mean by taboos? Rameshwar, escaped? Don't escape. Be there. Okay, so
Yeah, ma'am.
taboos मतलब क्या है? Okay, so there were so many words that you would have noted it down. So next time, be careful. Okay, Ashutosh, what are the words that you came across, beta, that you didn't know?
Madam, charms, conquer, taboos, narrate, privilege,
Very good.
and conquer.
Okay. Okay, fine. All right. Yeah, some people are, giving out the meanings and all those things. Fine. Anyways, I'll share you the screen which has the new words and all those things. While sharing it, you will understand the different words that you would have. See, so noticing down the new vocabulary itself is a skill, I guess, because you feel that, just because I understand the concept doesn't mean that I know all the words. You need to individually learn the words to improve your language. Okay, beta Rameshwar? आपको समझ में आया whatever Amir Khan has told you understood, so we have a feeling that हाँ मेरे को सब समझ में आया ना, so I understood all the words. No, when you go with individual words, I'm going to share the screen. Next slide, क्या है all the words that listed up, then you will understand that array, next time if you want to use, if I want to, when will a word become yours? When we can say that I have totally understood a word, when you start using that word in your communication, that is when you know that you know that word. एक word मेरे को समझ में आया, उसका क्या एक्सटेंड है पता है? वो वर्ड मेरे को सिर्फ समझ में आता है तो दैट इज लेवल 1. वो वर्ड मेरे को समझ में आता है, इतना समझ में आता है, मैं वो वर्ड हम मेरे लैंग्वेज में यूज करना शुरू करते हैं, तो that is when I properly learn that word. So that is what we are trying to do. I'll just show you a list of words. Maybe you knew that word, but if you don't know, right now we are going to take down the meanings of all such words. And sometimes what happens to this Google fellow, no, it is always good to, you know, go look at dictionary, Google dictionary and all those things, but most of the words in English has a meaning related to its context. Learn things in its context. मतलब क्या है? Context मतलब क्या है? वो particular situation में, वो particular context मतलब that situation or according to that scenario, that's called as context. वो particular situation में हम ये word use करने में क्या meaning है? That is called learning something or understanding a word in its context. So Google is not giving the wrong definition. I'm not totally saying it. Google is giving the definition, but what definition without a context? Okay, you need to read certain examples to understand its context. So उस context में कैसे use करेंगे? That understand करने के लिए somebody has to explain it. So you will find it from Google, but according to the context, the teacher or the tutor can guide you. Fine. Anyways, let's see the list of words that I have found and I would like to teach you. Do you want me to teach you the new words?
Yes, ma'am.
Rameshwar? Rameshwar,
Yes,
do you
ma'am.
really want me to
Yes,
teach you?
ma'am.
Rameshwar said
Yes,
he
ma'am.
knows everything. He just had only one doubt. So I think I am ashamed to teach Rameshwar because he said he knew all these things. Okay, let's see whether you knew. It's okay. It's perfectly fine because that is how we all start doing it. We feel that, हाँ मेरे को सच आया ना समझ में सच, लेकिन ऐसा नहीं है. This is how you're going to learn new vocabulary. Okay, next time you listen to something new, I want you to follow this pattern to learn new vocabulary so that it will improve your English. All right? Yeah. Let's see the word. Where are you? Where are you? Yes. Okay. Okay. Can you see the word? Maybe if it's a little small, you can.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, zoom it in your phone itself. It's possible. The words I have written here are, some people who has a low connection now start crying like, ma'am, blurred her, blurred her. I'm so sorry, beta. It is clear enough if you have a bit proper connection. Okay, I'm also looking at the phone here. So it's conquered, it's unbelievable, surprises, launching. If you have seen it the way she said, launching, taboos, inspired, influences, narrate, anxious. Okay, anxious, shook, privileged, goodwill, injustice, poverty, investigative journalism. Okay, this is the new vocab. And the ones that you have given, charm and perhaps. Okay, that I've just added this side little down. And the phrasal verb that I have noted down it, heads on, hit me home. Okay, hit me or hit me home. Shook me, whirled at his feet, took off. Okay, this all sounds really simple, but once we start making the sentence, let's see whether it is easy or how we can apply it in our communication to make our communication and vocabulary a bit better. Okay, fine.
Yes,
Ayush says that he knew all the words. Fine, good for him. Okay,
yes, ma'am.
who's that?
Myself,
What happened, Viper? Did somebody call you?
yeah, I had written some phrasal verb. In that, I had written we have learned. It can phrasal or not,
We have learned.
or have learned. Only have learned.
No, but that is just
LED.
no, sweetheart.
Okay, madam. Okay,
Yeah,
and
have
student
learned.
also.
Have learned is something which is in perfect tense. हमने सीखा ना perfect tenses in English. We have learned is just a sentence in its perfect tense. We
tense.
have learned. हमने सिखाया. That is the meaning.
Yeah,
इसमें
thank you.
yeah, that is not a phrasal verb. Phrasal verb का example इधर है. If you can see the column number 2, hit me home, shook me, whirled at his feet. So these kind of words. Heads on. Head के साथ some preposition on came, so heads on. Took off. Take का past tense है took, लेकिन took off मतलब क्या है, कब use करेंगे. Whirled at his feet. इसका मतलब क्या है? Each word का meaning नहीं आता इधर. World मतलब दुनिया, दुनिया आपके feet के अंडर है. इसका मतलब क्या है? So that has a different connection or it implicates something else there. That is called a phrasal verb. Let's come to this. Okay, so new vocabulary. See, if you sit in an attitude like I knew everything, no, they are the people who finds it most to learn in life. Okay, so I suggest you should be in a learning mode rather than I know everything mode. It happens when we are small kid, it happens, especially in 15, 16. If you are a little better than your classmates, you feel that I have the world under my feet. Better, but that's not true always. There are so many people out there. When we compare ourselves with them, we are not that great. Okay, so whenever we get a chance, learn. All right, better. I know. I mean, you should understand to whom I am speaking. Fine. Let's come back to this. Conquered. Conquered means the king. King Akbar conquered all the surrounding places. So, matlab kya hai? Conquering is a process where we win something. हम कुछ पाता है. So struggle करके और fight करके हम पाता है. That is called conquer. Here it says that Amir Khan is a person who conquered 6 million hearts. मतलब he had won that much hearts. In short, it means that everybody likes him. Conquered is the process of winning something. Okay, and a conqueror is a somebody who wins all the time. It's known as a conqueror. So the meaning conquered means to win. Okay, he conquered the battle. He conquered the fight. Matlab conquered means something to win. Okay, so those who find it hard, you can write it there. That is called. Here in this context,
Ma'am,
आमिर खान ने कुछ बैटल विन किया उधर. No. In this context, conquered का meaning क्या है? वो हृदय. Okay, yeah, like he won the hearts of people. He won the Indian hearts. That is why that word conquered is used in the aspect of winning hearts. Now, Rishikesh, somebody call me.
yeah, ma'am.
Who are
Tanmay.
you? Okay, Tanmay. Yes.
Ma'am, can we call take conquered like occupied?
Conquered, occupied is the least connection better. No. conquered is mainly used when you win something. आपको समझ में आया बेटा? If I say win something, I don't know how to explain
Yeah.
it. हाँ, win something. Okay. Usually this is a word we will use, that king conquered the battle. Okay. Conquering, to conquer. वो सब लड़ाई करके और ये करके वो पाता है. That's the process of conquering something. लेकिन इस कॉन्टेक्स्ट में आमिर खान जाके कुछ कंट्रीज लड़ाई करके फाइट करके has he conquered? No, that is
No.
not the context here either. What has he conquered? जगह कॉन्कर नहीं किया, कंट्रीज कॉन्कर नहीं किया, उन्होंने क्या पाया?
Heart.
हाँ, hearts of people. उसका मतलब क्या है? He is liked by everyone. He is accepted and liked by everyone. In that case also we can use the scenario conquering the hearts. So next time when you say that that person has conquered my heart means, or that situation has conquered my heart means kya hai? You are accepting that person, or you are liking that person, okay, in a very good
Yeah.
manner. Okay, like and accept, that is called you have conquered their hearts. Shall I move to the next word? So whatever explanation you needed, you write it in your own words. आपको क्या क्या explanation चाहिए, आप वो ही लिखो. Oh my God, time is 11:56. I don't know how time ran. Fine, we'll just take two more words. We will continue with the same thing. This is how we are going to learn for someday. Unbelievable. Easy word है ना? Unbelievable. Unbelievable मतलब क्या हो गया? विश्वास योग्य नहीं है, not like that. It is too much to believe. ये possible है क्या? That is the usage of unbelievable. Unbelievable is not just the opposite of believe. ये मैं विश्वास नहीं करता है. विश्वास नहीं करता है नहीं है उसका meaning. Unbelievable is it's too much. सच में I cannot believe it. So that is kind of an exclamation. Unbelievable is not just an antonym or an opposite of believing. Unbelievable matlab no, wo vishwas nahi. That is not the feeling in unbelievable. Unbelievable matlab kya hai? You're so surprised because it's so good to be true. Unbelievable matlab kya hai? So true to believe. Ye believe karne mein impossible hai. Okay, right now government is saying that India doesn't have not even a single COVID case. All the COVID has disappeared from India. Tomorrow, everything is back to normal. No lockdown, nothing. Schools are opening, everything. If you hear a news suddenly today, what you will feel? Unbelievable. मतलब क्या है? इतना जल्दी कैसे हुआ? It's so good to be true. So you understood how to use unbelievable? Understood?
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes. Who is this?
Madam, myself Vaibhav. Unbelievable को हम आश्चर्यचकित भी कहा जा, मतलब आश्चर्यचकित भी क्या कर सकते हैं ना? We can tell आश्चर्यचकित in Hindi or Marathi.
I didn't understand that word. अच्छी.
Okay, madam.
आश्चर्यचकित.
Yes, आश्चर्य. आश्चर्य understood. Yes, in an आश्चर्य way you can say that. Yes, that is what you mean. Hello.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, आश्चर्य, to express your amazement or wonder. Unbelievable. Yes, that is what I said. Exclamation.
Yeah. Okay, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you. Okay. So surprises. Surprises is an easy word. Everybody loves surprises. Everybody loves, getting a surprise, giving a surprise. What is surprise? Vaibhav, what is surprise, beta? Surprise. मतलब क्या है? Vaibhav, go on.
No, ma'am. No, I'm thinking over it.
Okay. Everybody knows what a surprise is. You all are good at giving people surprises and all those things. Rishikesh, bolo beta.
मैम सरप्राइज के अलग अलग मीनिंग हो सकते हैं सेंटेंस के हिसाब से. सब्सक्राइब
हाँ.
मैम चौक जाना हो सकता है. सरप्राइज प्रेजेंट देना ऐसा भी हो सकता है.
हाँ, yes. सरप्राइज होता है हमको some things not known, should not be जानना नहीं है. Suddenly making known something, that is known as a surprise. It comes at a factor of आश्चर्य again. You will get आश्चर्य again. but you will not know it pehle, but it's a good meaning. Surprise, most of it has a positive meaning rather a negative meaning. It is surprising that, अरे हमने ये नहीं expect किया. Unexpected बोलते हैं ना, that is the best meaning for surprise. Unexpected. Okay, समझ में आया? Surprise means unexpected. Write it somewhere rather than turning this, Rishikesh. Okay, so surprise means unexpected. Fine. So I will stop here since it's 12 o'clock. We will continue with this. Somebody there? Okay, so we'll stop here for today, and tomorrow we will continue this. And I hope you will learn through this. If you pay full attention, you will definitely learn really good, and your communication will be better. So be in a learning attitude. Okay, so see you tomorrow. Okay, Sai? Sai, are you all right? Okay.
Yes,
All right.
ma'am. But I have one question.
Yes. One last question of Sai we will take.
Can I talk in Marathi, ma'am?
Marathi, I'm so sorry, but I don't understand. Can you try speaking in Hindi at least?
हाँ, yes. समझेगा मैम आपको? मतलब हमारे सिलेबस के ऊपर नहीं है. अब जब हम इंग्लिश टॉक करते हैं ना,
Yes.
तो देखो आप मराठी में हम मतलब रिस्पेक्ट से बोलते हैं ना, टीचर आप किधर जा रहे हो, ऐसे नहीं बोलते ना, टीचर तू किधर जा रहे हो, ऐसे. वैसे इंग्लिश में कैसे बोलेंगे? तो यू ये बोलेंगे ना.
No, yes, with you only you will say. Some people I've seen using they here. Teacher, if teacher is coming to class, like aap we will use in Hindi, they will say, the students will say, they are coming. But usually we will not do this, because even if it's teacher or the president of India, we will say, he is coming. Okay? All right?
Singular and plural noun comes clear.
Yes, what was that? Yes. Yes. Are we good to go? Rishikesh, what happened?
हम अभी जो आपने वीडियो दिखाया, मुझे जो आमिर खान ने बोला सब समझ में आया, क्योंकि उसका एक्सेंट अब हमारे जैसा था. बट जो फॉरेनर्स ने बोला उनका एक्सेंट, मतलब उनके टाइम पे मेरे को सबटाइटल्स पढ़ने पड़ते थे.
Okay, that happens because you are born in India. Where are you born, Rishikesh Tupe? You're born in Canada or America?
मैम पंजाब.
Punjab. So that is right in India. So there is nothing wrong if Rishikesh doesn't understand foreign people talking. It's okay because Rishikesh is born in India, so Rishikesh is used to Indian accent. What is wrong with that? So suddenly, if you want to grasp an accent, you have to get used to it. Okay? So that is normal. If you're a person who is getting exposed so much to foreign talks, you are exposing gradually to learn. That is all human skills. Okay, over the time, our body, our brain will adapt to such things. But you are not getting, any exposure to foreign language. You are every day hearing only Indian English. You will be comfortable with Indian English, but not with other language. That's okay. But if you want to understand them, you need to make some special practices and effort for that. But if you don't want, I'm not planning to go anywhere, so it's okay. I can manage with Indian English. So you don't have to work hard. You at least make your English proper. That is very important. Even if you go to Punjab or to America or to Canada or in Aurangabad or in Pune or anywhere in India, having a proper English is very important, not the foreign accent. Does that satisfy your question, Rishikesh? Okay. So shall we take a leave today? Okay. See you all tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Students, wait. Don't go anywhere.